everyone. Welcome to Life Interrupted. I'm your host, Astrid Martinez. Life is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. Each week, we'll talk about those unexpected life turns that shake us, shape us, and ultimately, if we let them, lead us exactly to where we're meant to be. This podcast is here to offer support, to share stories, and to remind you to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos. I saw a video of you when you were little and you were wearing a Superman costume. And now you're Superman. It's like fate.
It was when I was a baby.
Now, some interruptions arrive wrapped in wonder, unexpected, beautiful things, and sometimes they launch us into flight.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Today's story is one of those. He's just 4 years old, but already the world knows his name. The boy who plays young Clark Kent in James Gunn's Superman. But what many don't know is that Oliver is the son of an immigrant. He's half Colombian, half dreamer. So I thought, what better way to launch a soft launch than to talk about this amazing little boy who is taking Hollywood by storm.
Come on, we gotta go save the world.
And here's the part that gave me chills. Before he could even walk, he wore a Superman costume for Halloween. Maybe it was foreshadowing, maybe it was fate, but even back then, it was clear that young Oliver was meant to fly. Now, let's meet Oliver and his amazing family. ¿Cómo estás, Oliver? How are you? Good. Tell me a little bit about how Oliver's journey began to become the young Superman.
Yeah, so one of my friends, her name is Jordan Brown Blair. She's a local casting director, and she sent me over a casting call for a young boy, brown hair, blue eyes. At the time, we didn't know who we were, what the audition was. We called his agent and said, hey, can you see if we can get this audition? Next thing you know, he got a call back. And so we were in with Chase, and they put him on hold for a month and a half. That means that, hey, we're really interested in you. But, they hadn't officially hired him. And then they let him go.
Yeah, I read about that. It's like a typical, I guess, like what happens to a lot of actors. Sometimes they get the job and it gets canceled, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But at this time when they let him go, did you know what he was auditioning for?
Oh, by this time, 100.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we did the audition that you've probably seen. My friend, our friend, Brian Cranston from ATL Stunts, put him on a wire. That wasn't the actual audition. We just decided to do that as a bonus.
Uh-huh.
What caught their attention is that he looks like David Cornsweet.
Exactly.
But
like he's a miniature replica of him.
Right. But I think the audition didn't hurt, right? He was on wires and we were flying him like Superman. And yeah, then we went and filmed. We got to meet James Gunn. He got to work with James Gunn. James Gunn was awesome, very professional. For an acting coach and your son, I mean, this is not his first brush, obviously, with TV. He's been in several other things before, but for an acting coach and a dad as well, to have your son be in a movie with James Gunn, who we all know is like major, right, in Hollywood and in filmmaking. How has that been for you?
To me, what's so interesting is that I was obviously having him in that role is something significant, and I was so happy for that. But I was also curious, like, how is that with James Gunn? How he's working? Because sometimes as a director, you want to look like what they are doing. And once I saw him coming on set, I saw James Gunn saying, "Hey, you are the famous Oliver, give me 5." And he was like, "Oh, you break my arm because you're so strong, you're Superman." And seeing how he connects, that shows me in 5 seconds, show me the experience of somebody at that level.
Yeah, so you were trying to see if like James Gunn was going to be, how he was going to treat your son, how he was going to act with him on set, and
or how he will react.
More like how, because he's filmed with us a lot, but he hasn't filmed with other people a lot. So I've helped people through the process for many, many years. This is the first time that I'm going going through the process by myself or with, together. And we're excited to be associated with James Gunn, but also to have young Clark Kent here and just be around that energy that the movie is bringing and putting out. That's exciting.
That's a great experience to have that, to be like one of the, like, for your son. I know he's been on other shows, but to be on like a major movie set with, these top names, for that to be the first experience. And I know he's only like, what, 4 years old now?
Yeah, so he was 3 when he shot that.
But for that to be your first experience, what a nice welcoming into Hollywood. Has it like dawned on him like how famous he is, who he is, what he's playing?
Ollie, how does it feel to be young Superman?
Good.
Do you like wearing the Superman outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a video of you when you were little, and I think it was like, what, not even walking yet, and you were wearing a Superman costume.
Yeah.
And now you're Superman. It's like fate.
Yeah. It was when I was a baby.
It was when you were a baby, yes. And now you're the real Superman. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, I know.
That's so amazing. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Superman being an immigrant in this movie. James Gunn has said it himself. How do you see that reflected in your own family story?
I was born in Colombia, but I live in Venezuela. I live in Panama, in Madrid. So I have been an immigrant in different places. And at the end of the day, we see what he sees. That is like, you feel part of the world because we are just human, So Superman is just part of that. When we come here, we want to bring our culture, but without destroying the culture. It's like trying to add and
Yeah. Like you're adding to society.
yes.
Yeah, I love that. Also, like for both of you guys, what message do you think that your son's casting sends, not just to Latino kids, but kids from other immigrant backgrounds or multicultural, like your family?
When I came to the United States, I was not barely able to communicate. And I think this country has opened their arms and it's true what they said about the American dream. It's just we can come here and believe.
I mean, even for small town America, right? I'm small town America. And when I was growing up, nobody thought that any of this was possible. So even for me, it's incredible when the film industry, when they started really filming things here. I came from theater. Most of us were doing theater, and I didn't have the opportunity to go to somewhere like LA. So it's amazing to me. And that's not even, on a global, that's just from small town America. So the sky's the limit to be 3 years old and already doing a lot of film and a lot of things. For a child, it's just, they have to continue to like it. If not, it's not gonna work. You can't force.
You can't force it.
Yes.
How has this casting, and now that people are seeing it and his scene in the movie, how has it interrupted your lives, but interrupted in a good way?
It's definitely exciting, but it's a load put on you, trying to get everything in, but also, we get to talk to cool people like you and meet a greater audience for him. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
What's next for the family and for Oliver? Well, Oliver, what do you want to do next? Do you want to be in more movies?
Yeah.
What kind of movies do you want to be in? What's your favorite movie?
I don't know which one.
To close out, because I know how kids are with attention spans and staying still, I have one of my own. A little bit, I guess, of like the biggest takeaway that this experience has, has left, with you guys. What kind of mark has it left on you and your family?
I think for me, and especially, because we work in the industry, it's just follow your bliss and work hard at what you do. Sometimes, this will get me emotional, sometimes it might not be you that gets the accolades, but it will be passed down to your kin, and they will be able to pick up those opportunities if they want them. They might not want them, but they're opportunities that will trickle down. So I think you just have to, you live once, you have to go for what you want to do.
To me, it's more like when you work hard, you think sometimes you're going in one direction, and you think that this is what is work. Like we do Oli Rex every night, and he's helping me with that, and all of that was training him. So we were never expecting Superman or was working towards Superman. We were just doing our normal life, working hard, and he was enjoying it. And then God was giving us this gift.
So you might have one thing planned, but I think if you give it your best takes you to your next best, which you might not even have planned for yourself, but it could be bigger.
Yes.
Thank you so much to both of you, because I see Mr. Oliver is ready to go. Ciao, Oliver. Oliver is going to have to learn Spanish soon to do these interviews in Colombia.
Yes, you have to learn Spanish, see?
See?
Say, sí.
Muchas gracias, Astrid.
Muchas gracias, Astrid.
Muchas gracias, Oliver y familia. Gracias. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.
What a gift to start this podcast with this magnificent story about joy, about family, and about being seen. In a world that often feels heavy, divided, and uncertain, stories like this remind us of something simple yet powerful. That even at 4 years old, you can remind the world of something. That dreaming is a form of resilience. That representation is healing. And that this is just the beginning, not only of Oliver's dream, but of Life Interrupted. Stay tuned. Every week, we're going to have a brand new episode for you dropping on Thursday. We're going to talk about those moments that reroute us. We're going to talk about how sometimes they can be painful, but sometimes they can also be miraculous. In the coming episodes, I'm going to take you across the globe. We're going to start off in Thailand, where I had my own life fall apart, but in the most beautiful way. This podcast will be part storytelling, part travel diary, part soul searching, and it's going to be an incredible expedition that I hope you can join us on every single week. We're going to step into the lives of different cultures, of different communities, and we're going to ask them, how do we heal? Where do we go next after life shakes us up? How do we start over? How do we keep chasing joy even when the world tells us not to? Because no matter where you're from, what you've lost, or what you're searching for, all our lives get interrupted. But the beauty is in what you build after. I'm Astrid Martinez, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in to our first soft launch episode of this podcast. Remember to trust the process and embrace the beauty in chaos.